This is Sharon Bridgewater coming to you today on this beautiful day, May 3rd, 2020. And the last video I did, I had this my apparel on. This is my official apparel that I will be wearing when I do my videos. It's a sign of humanity and all of us to humble ourselves before the Lord Jesus Christ. So, but at any rate, I'm coming to you today because I have some news for you. So, what I am going to do is, before I do anything, my last video that I did on my birthday, it was about a complaint that I had submitted entitled Sharon Bridgewater versus the United States Attorney General William Barr. And that case was dismissed. And since that time, have filed so many different cases, and all of my cases have been dismissed. So, but at any rate, the first thing I want to talk to you about on why I'm filing a lawsuit against the United States government is I want to share this article with you right now. This article right here is dated. It's from 2010, but this lawsuit is even before that, and it's been pending in the courts for since 2007. It has been pending for a long time, guys, and I am the plaintiff. And so first of all, I want to share with you this article. It's entitled it's from the San Francisco Gate News, and it's dated for November the 30th. And it's an article about public housing tenants. So here's a lady right here with her baby, if you can see that on there, guys. And like she having a hard time, she's struggling and everything. Just like this is I used to live in San Francisco, by the way, guys, when all of this was taking place. And, I'm going to get into that. Long story. But anyway, okay. This is an article that says, I'm not going to read the whole article, but this is from the San Francisco Housing Authority, HUD, which, by the way, Dr. Ben Carson had nothing to do with this, nothing at all. Even today, he'd have nothing to do with this stuff. But at any rate, this says on this article right here, the San Francisco Housing Authority has failed to collect rent from more than a quarter of its households, in some cases for years, resulting in a $2.2 million deficit that the agency is now trying to reverse. And then, okay, it says that. But, okay, here's the part that I don't get. So we're talking about public housing tenants. Okay, guys, we're talking about the poorest of the poor, on Section 8, which I was one of those low income in that category, which I was trying to better myself, and I'm going to get off into that after I read this. So this says that the public housing tenants, this article says that, okay, quote, almost 1,300 tenants have not been paying their rent on time, including 21 tenants who owe more than $10,000. Now, okay, they say including more than 21 that owe more than $10,000, and then they got, and one resident owes more than $28,000. Now, I don't get it, folks. Because how can public housing tenants on Section 8 low income, on welfare, whatever you have it, how can somebody owe over $10,000 and they say 21 tenants owe more than that? And how can one tenant owe $28,000? Now, do that make sense? You know, those people, you let some poor folk get up in the house, they would have been there and got kicked out of that house for $100. They talking about these people owe $28,000 in rent. Okay, so that's one thing. It's kind of like, can you believe that? Do that make sense to y'all? The 21,000 or 21 tenants owe more than 10,000, and then you got one owe more than 28,000. So that's what I want to relate to you guys. So okay, so that's one thing. So, but at any rate, they just saying that it was like maybe 15, 21 or 25 of these, and they really not giving an accurate count. Because they saying these are the ones that owe the most. So you got some that owe less than that. And they're really not giving an accurate account. So I don't understand. So that just don't make sense to me. You got somebody poor on $21,000, $28,000. Come on now. So, but at any rate, this is from the hood. The housing hood people, you know, the hood. So I wanted to share that with you and get to my little story, and it relates to this. So I'm gonna put this down, and again, this is what my lawsuit is all about, what I've been fighting in the courts about, and my first testimony, my birthday testimony, I was telling you I had that case. I've been fighting it for years. So okay, that's one thing. So getting to me and why I filed a lawsuit was because I fall in that category with one of those tenants supposedly, okay? So back in 2007, well, 2005, I signed a lease agreement with HUD. HUD, which was they had an agreement with a private persons, private people, whatever, private corporation. So it was a public-private partnership. So I signed an agreement with them to lease their apartment. And the only reason why I did that was because they had this program going. At the time, I was in real estate. I had just graduated from school from the University of Michigan, and they had this program going. Oh, well, I just didn't graduate it, but I was working with this attorney, and we had a real estate thing going, and I was in the business of real estate. So when I signed a lease with them, they had this program going, say, well, yeah, we're going to help you get off your feet. And, while you written with us, we do A, B, C, and D, and E for you, and to help you get on your feet, and blah, 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 A, B, go on. And it was, it's supposed to be a program to help advance the low-income people. And I said, well, sure. So I signed this lease agreement with a public-private private partnership, which was Hayes Valley. So you got the United States government, HUD, in partnership with these private big real estate tycoons. So that's the agreement. I rented from them. James and I, we were tenants. My son, we were on the lease agreement. Everything was legal, legit, and we was working and everything. So as time went on, I get a notice to pay. I get a notice to pay rent or quit right here. If you guys can see that. Now I'm gonna put this online. I'm just doing this quick thing right here. I get this notice to pay rent. To stop whatever, to stop being late on rent. Now I didn't realize I was late on rent. And first of all, this notice right here is invalid. It's a bogus rental notice to quit because it do not have an exact amount due. It only have, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many ever that is. you owe $100 and something 7 times, and do not have the exact amount due. Okay, that's the first fraudulent thing on this rental thing right here. Okay, so we got that. So I said, okay, we got that. And so after that, not shortly after that, somehow we got evicted for Christmas on Christmas Day, which I broke my foot and everything. But at any rate, I went to court and everything, and the judge vacated that. And he, did away with the judgment, and we had moved out, and then I moved back in the place. And so once I moved back in the place, well, first we got two of these. So the first one right here, the first one we got, they entered into agreement with my son on this stipulated judgment right here. Right here, the stipulated judgment. Now, again, folk, we were written from HUD. This is the stipulated judgment they entered in with my son. Okay. This is one RICO violation, and I'm going to show you why it's a RICO violation. Racketeering violation. It's extortion. So it's a stipulated judgment between the lawyers and Hayes Valley. And so what it is it's an agreement. It's like a binding like agreement where you can't get out of it. You can't go to court, and it's just a fraudulent agreement because HUD don't even allow these provisions that's in the agreement. And I'm going to put this online, and I'm just sharing this with you. They got like lockout dates, and you owe us, okay, right up here. The court awarded us $14.99. Can y'all see that? And then they got attorney fees, $600. And so, once somebody signed this, you can't go to court because it's a provision in here saying you can't go to court. It's like, hey, sign this and we want our money type deal. And, my son signed this. And I wasn't aware of this. And he signed it right here. I wasn't aware of this. And he was just bound to it. They was just taking money from him, and we couldn't do nothing about it. We couldn't go to court. We just had to pay the extortioners. That's one agreement, one racketeering agreement. So that's okay. After this one, we got evicted on Christmas. Because I didn't know we got evicted. So. And we end up moving back into place. Okay, once we was back in, they wanted us out because they knew that I was on to something fishy, and they knew I wasn't stupid. They knew I was a U of M graduate. So they said, yeah, we got to get rid of these smart people. They on to us. So they said another fake notice of rent. That's 2 fake notices, two schemes to defraud. So. With no rental thing on it. So anyway, I said, oh, okay. So now, by this time, I was tired of moving from back and forth, and I'm just really going over this like real fast. But I am going to redo this whole story. So, but at any rate, it's another agreement. I signed this agreement with them, but I signed it not knowing about the first agreement. I signed because at the time I was in real estate business, and I was flying back and forth from California to Georgia, and on my real estate business, and doing business, and I really didn't know about the first one, but I had came back to California, but it's a long story on that, which I'm going to just get into later. But anyway, here's the second agreement, guys. And this is the one I signed. And this have attorney fees. They have all these provisions that HUD do not allow. And I was bound to this when I had signed this agreement. I was bound to it right here. So, I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid at all. But before I signed this agreement, and like I was telling you, they was like saying, oh, these people, they kind of like smart. We got to get them out of here. So let me back up a little step here. Before that, I had asked them for a copy of the rental ledger so I can, go over how much I owe with them and everything. And I tried my best to get a copy of how much I owe and back rent and everything. And they would not provide a rental ledger, never at all, to me. And then that's when, they went through the process again and evicted me again and all that type of stuff. So, but at any rate, after I went to court, they signed this, but I signed it without me knowing about the first agreement. But at any rate, this is the proof that I have to tell you that they wouldn't provide me with a rental ledger to tell me how much I owe in back rent. Okay, this is a agency that I was going to get assistance in helping me communicate with my landlord, because they was not communicating with me. They wanted me out of there. They wanted this smart lady out of there. So this is from Ratco in San Francisco, and it says, I am writing in regards to Sharon, who resides at 427 Page, San Francisco, California, 494-102. Ms. Bridgewater came to our office to apply for rental assistance for back rent she owed. In order to complete her application, we need to know how much of the amount due was rent and how much was for legal fees and late fees, etc. This is because RACO can only pay rent and not other fees. On more than 4 different occasions, I attempted to get the correct amount from her apartment manager, but I was unable to. At one point, I was sent a ledger, but then was told it was not the correct amount. As of today, I still have not received the amount due and was therefore unable to finalize her application for back rent. Now, this is a lady who worked at here, had said she on more than 4 occasions tried to get the rental agreement from these people, and they did not provide her with a rental agreement. And that's because that's because they was doing something scandalous and fraudulent. Getting back to this right here. Getting back to this we got 21 tenants who owe more than $10,000, and we got one resident who owe more than $28,000. These public housing tenants now. So we know what they was doing. So that's why they didn't want that lady to see that rental ledger, because they knew what they was doing. So I'm gonna put that aside. So all of this, and I'm going to redo this. I'm going to edit this or whatever, but I'm just letting you know why I ended up in court. And I'm not even talking about my damages or anything, which is just so extreme. So, but at any rate, this is just one, the second video that I'm doing, besides the first one on my birthday when I told you I had that complaint against the United States Attorney General. So this is my second video, and so I went over that. So I just want to let you guys know that I was one of many tenants that they took to court and they did the same thing too. See that Hayes Valley? These are all court cases in the San Francisco court, and we have pages, folks. We have pages. We have pages over the years. They did people exactly like they did me. entered into these stipulated judgments and was taking money from them, and the folks couldn't do nothing. We just had to give them money. So that's that. This is one. Now, this is one public housing complex. This is just the one I used to live at. Now, let me show you. If you take all the public housing complexes that HUD and the private corporations have together, this is a stack. And this is only just some that I printed out across the country. If you go through from Alaska to the last state, Wyoming, from Alaska to Arizona, whatever, to Wyoming, you're going to have a lot of public housing projects. And if you take all these public housing projects and you take what they were doing to me and all the tenants, that's a lot of money that they were embezzling from and doing extortion from the poor black folks or the poor folks. So, embezzling, misappropriation of funds, extortion, or whatever. So, but at any rate, this is just one case, guys. This is just one. This is the start. This is the start of my case when I told you that case got dismissed. Now, what's going on right now, folks, is I filed so many cases. And so much has happened between that time. I mean, I've been arrested. I've been homeless for years. And I'm not even going to put this on the video because it's too long. I've been homeless and displaced. Ooh, I can go on and on and on. Staying under the bridge. Oh, boy. It's a long story. But all these cases meant hundreds of cases, thousands of documents over the years I filed, going through stress. I'm like, somebody got to do something, all this. And this is at the United States Courts of Appeal. And I think these are all different cases, folks. These are all different cases. You see that? All different cases. All different cases. All of these got dismissed. All these are different. For years, I've been just filing cases. All these different cases. If y'all can see these numbers on here, for years, all over the years, different cases, and then it's too many. So these are all United States Courts of Appeal cases in Washington, D.C. Okay. And y'all can go online and see Sharon Bridgewater versus Donald Trump, Sharon Bridgewater versus William Gill, or he was an attorney, William Barr, and so on and so on. Okay, I'm gonna put that aside. These are the appeals court. Now, so I sent some cases to the Supreme Court, right? And all of my cases got dismissed. Not dismissed, but they didn't even hear them. They said, get out of here. We ain't hearing that. You already done lost because you're up against the government. Probably that's what they said. But all of these was dismissed. All of these cases was dismissed. Back in 2017, we have one, two, three, four, and I have some more. So, I got tired. I stopped filing. I just said, well, I'm just giving this stuff up. I'm not even finna mess with these people no more. I lost. It ain't no thing. But so what's going on now, folks? These people stole some court dockets from my apartment. I can't call the police because I'm suing them, and they the crooks. And so These people, they done came in my apartment, done stole documents. They got documents in Washington, D.C. they done stole, and now they up in the Supreme Court with stolen court files. Now, I wanted all of y'all to see this, and that's why my accounts, they doing some fraudulent stuff with my banking accounts, and I had to close all my accounts because it is, okay, getting back to the public-private partnership. If you take a poor folk, me and James, poor African-American people in real estate, and we suing a government public-private partnership, and if you take all the big corporations in the United States government, that's going to equal out to a whole lot of money if you go back 25 years. And I'm talking about me because I've been pretty much disabled from oppression for 25 years. So if you go back 25 years of harm and damage, and you put the two together, and I hope y'all can understand me. Excuse me. That's gonna equal out to a whole lot of money, and that's where this $125 trillion coming in, and they doing some fraudulent stuff. And I am going to redo this video, but right now I'm putting this on live because I gotta get it out, guys. I gotta get it out, and this is my official testimony again, folks. This is the kicker. This is the kicker. Is it possible to let several thousand tenants who are poor and on welfare to owe more than $10,000 in rent, and even one to owe $28,000 in rent? Is that possible? So, I am going to leave y'all with that and about the agreements, and I am checking out. And again, guys, this is my official attire. I am a witness. My son and I, we are witnesses, and we are coming up against the United States government as well as the international community in the harm and damage they done did to me. And I started my testimony. I have a lot to say. I love Jesus Christ, and there's so much I want to share with you guys about what our government is doing and everything. And so I am going to end this video to say that please draw close to God. Please draw close to Jesus Christ, guys. Please, because we are at the end. There's so much I want to share with you guys. And just please draw close to God, because, guys, we are there. We are there, and there's gonna be so many people lost because they not trying to hear. If you can't y'all see the signs? Don't y'all know this economic system ain't gonna last long? We already on the edge. We already on the edge of collapse. This money, the stuff, something got to happen, y'all. Now, just listen to me. Draw close to God. Visit my website. I have a book of prayers on my website, and the Holy Bible's down there, and I'm coming out with some more stuff. But guys, please listen to me. Please draw close to Jesus Christ right now, because we are at the end of eternity, and it is time to go home. It is time to go home. It is time to go home. I've been looking down, but it is time to go home. It is time to go home. We going to one or two places. We going to eternal heaven, or we going to eternal hell. So, by keeping that in mind and saying that, I'm going to close with that. And just draw close to God, and please listen to me and subscribe to my channel, because the next video I come out with is going to be so important as well as this one. And I'm going to try to keep my videos short and under 30 minutes. So, okay. I love you guys checking out. This is Sharon Bridgewater. Love you.